Hey, time for some gratitude and time to feel better with your life. It's very, very simple. The Global Good News Challenge, day 3 of 11 of my challenge for November 2024. This is a very, very simple challenge. If you'd like to participate, all the details are at the top of the Global Good News Challenge Facebook page. It's a very simple challenge where we share our name, what we do, 3 things we're grateful for, and a piece of good news. Now, before I do mine today, I have a very special guest with us today here in Broadbeach, and this very special guest was at my Propel Your Profile event on Saturday. He was filming, he did an extraordinary job. He is from Connected TV, so I'll let him introduce himself now. Hello.
Hello.
Great to see you. Thank you so much for joining our Good News Challenge today. So if you could share in the format your full name, what you do, and 3 things you're grateful for.
My full name is Robert Roytel, or Rob Roytel as they call me sometimes. My 3 things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the fact that I'm healthy, that I've got a good wife, and a great life, and also there's more work coming in for me at the moment, which is good too.
Wonderful. And of course you are from Connected TV, so for those who don't know what you do, could you share a bit more about your...
Yep. So Connected TV, first of all, I've been in the broadcast sector in Australia for over 20 years. I'm probably one of the longest established broadcast professionals and streaming professionals around. And I don't say that because I'm boasting, it's the fact that I've done 21 years of it. So. I also run a company called Connected TV. Connected TV is the platform we're putting together at the moment, which allows people to reach over 500 million people on different platforms like Samsung, LG, Apple TV, and other various devices. That allows them to monetize. That's either subscriptions or pay-per-view or other means, or do ad insertions, etc. So,
that sounds very, very exciting. And is that your good news today, or do you have some other good news you'd like to share with us today?
Oh, look, my other good news is the fact that I love coming down to the Gold Coast. This is my place I'd like to be. I really want to put it out that this is where I feel most comfortable and enjoy being.
Yes, and it's so nice right now. We are in Broadbeach and there's beautiful sea breeze coming through right now, and we're right on the canal here as well. I'll just show a bit of the background here, right on the canal. We're at the Star Casino actually. The Star Casino here out on the balcony, and it is absolutely stunning. And that sea breeze, wherever you go on the Gold Coast, it just feels like a permanent holiday, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Well, that's great, Rob, and thank you so much for your support with our Propel Your Profile event on Saturday. Yep. You did a wonderful job with all your videography, and your setup was very, very professional. And how did you find the event?
The event was great, and as always, you do know your stuff. And like everyone says, you don't leave anything out. Everything's pretty much covered with what you do. So I can only say one thing: if you haven't been to one of Aldwyn's events, you need to come. So whenever she's doing one again soon, book yourself in and come along. It's well worthwhile. Thank you, Robert. That's brilliant. Thank you. Love your work. Anything else you want to share today? No, I think I'm pretty much done.
Well, how people can connect with you, maybe?
Well, through my website. One of them is connectedtv.io.
Yes. Connectedtv.io, yes.
And the other one is webcasting.com.au.
Beautiful. Webcasting.com.au. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rob. Great to see you. Thank you for being a Good News Crusader. Once again, love your work.
No worries.
Thanks,
Aldwyn.
Thank you. Mr. Robert Roytel, amazing videographer, putting together a phenomenal Connected TV platform. Very, very exciting. And now for my Global Good News Challenge for the day. Of course, the format: name, what you do, 3 things you're grateful for, and good news. So my name is Altuney, also known as the media queen. 3 things I'm grateful for today is I went for a beautiful walk on the beach this morning, 90-minute walk, went for a swim in the ocean. It was a fantastic way to start the day. Monday is normally my day off, although there's always work to be done and some things can just wait. So, for those that have urgent requests right now, it just has to wait for some things because self-care and self-nurture is very, very important. And if I don't make that time for self-care and for looking after myself, then I'm not going to be much good for anyone. So I think it's really, really important to have a balanced life. To do that, very grateful to live on the Gold Coast, grateful for my health, grateful for my amazing friends. Hey Eugene, hey Jeff, good to see you. Grateful for you watching this right now, grateful for my family, grateful for my cat, grateful for my house, grateful for so many things. And that's the beauty of gratitude, is that when you get grateful for one thing, it's very easy to think of many, many things to be grateful for. Grateful for everybody in my life right now, very, very grateful. Hey Adam, good to see you. And my good news is the ABC Gold Coast story we had about the fire ant poisoning by the government. Well, actually, it's a Poisoning Australia program, I call it. The online version of the Channel 9 Gold Coast story has had 18,000 views in less than 2 weeks, which is really, really cool because we're getting the word out that this poison that they're putting everywhere is killing cats, dogs, horses, cows, birds, frogs, bees. It's just absolutely atrocious what is going on, and it's getting into our waterways, and it's very, very toxic for our waterways. So the word is getting out. Everyone we let know about this, they will let 5 other people know about it as well. So it's very, very important, I believe, to be a stand for something, and to, if you see something happening in the world that you're not happy about, that you actually speak up about it. And not enough people do this nowadays. However, the good news is more people are starting to step up and speak up after all the BS we saw through the pandemic. People have had quite enough, and they know when the government says it's safe, and when they mandate something, we know that generally there's something fishy at play. And the thing is, you can kill fire ants with hot water. If you really want to kill fire ants, and generally speaking, they're not even a problem. Like, they just mind their own business like most animals do. They don't come out and jump at you and attack you for no reason. Animals in general are very calm. They'll only ever attack if they need food, or, with some types of animals that they just do it for survival. However, generally speaking, most animals, they just mind their own business. It'd be good if human beings just minded their own business sometimes, and particularly those in politics who really have other agendas at play. And you've got to ask, like it says in the Thrive documentaries, follow the money trail. If you really want to know what's going on in the world, follow the money trail. And the poison that they're dishing out, it actually stems right back. It goes back to Monsanto, which has been bought out by Bauer. It's genetically modified corn grit, which is infused with poison that has been banned overseas, and they are putting this everywhere. They're spraying it from helicopters in southeast Queensland with any properties over 5 hectares. They're also sending the poison to people's homes, and they've got fire ant teams right now, right down from the Tweed out to Lockyer Valley up to North Brisbane, that are knocking on people's doors and that are saying that it's mandatory to put this poison in your yard, even if there's no fire ants, which is insane, absolute insanity. And some people are falling for it. Blows me away. Question everything, my friends. If you want to find out more about this, join the Facebook group Stop the Toxic Fire Ant Program. There's heaps of info in there. You do not have to consent. You do not have to consent. Now, they're threatening to fine people $15,000 if you don't let them on your property. Even more reason not to consent, right? And they've never dished out any of these fines, because if they did, they would lose big time. And I can see class actions happening here because people's animals are dying. People are actually getting sick because they're actually been putting this poison over waterways. They've been putting it over water tanks, over people's properties. So people are actually getting poisoned through the waterways as well. So this is really more about control, just like the whole pandemic. It's about control. It's not about COVID. It's not about the ants. What's the next thing they're going to come out with? It's absolute insanity. So the beautiful thing is, though, people are stepping up. They are waking up. They are speaking up as well, because people know that this is all just craziness. And it's a $1.2 billion program, right? $1.2 billion of taxpayers' money going into poisoning Australia. what the hell? Like, how can this even get through? It's insane. And they're putting $10 million into the advertising campaign to brainwash people into why this is such a good idea. It's absolute insanity. You know, a girlfriend the other day sent me a video of a frog she found down Currumbin Way, which is where they've been putting all the poison. And the frog was squirting out blood out of its backside, literally squirting out blood. And that is a sign of insecticide poisoning. And the problem is with this poison is that it's actually going to make the fire ant problem even worse, because what it does is it kills all ants. And one of the best things to combat fire ants is actually other ants. So get informed, get empowered, my friends. I'm very grateful today for the media that has covered this story. We're going to stay strong on this. We're going to stay on path on this. And, you know, this needs to stop, and we need to have more people aware. Now, if you have a reasonable excuse, you do not have to let these people onto your property to poison your property, okay? And the reasonable excuse is things like that you've heard that it kills animals and that you're sensitive to toxins, as most people are, right? There's many reasonable excuses. Again, get informed, get empowered. Don't be bullied. Don't live in fear. We need to rise above it, okay? Because look, since the beginning of time, there's been evil forces in the world, okay? And no doubt till the end of time, there will be evil forces in the world who don't care about you. They don't care about your safety. Okay, that they do not care about you, most of these people, all right, that are behind this, okay? We know there's other agendas at play. We know that there's financial interests at play. We know people are getting paid, you know, for getting this across the line. We know that there's all sorts of corruption going on. And, you know, every country has its forms of corruption. Well, this is the Australian government corruption rolling out in full force right now. And it blows me away that this is actually happening, however it is. And, you know, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Now, if you see that there's something in the world that you're not happy about and you don't step up or speak up about it, I believe you're being part of the problem. I truly do. We all have a voice. We can all share something on socials. You can share this right now. And the thing is, Southeast Queensland is just... This is just currently the dumping zone of this poison. They're planning to roll this out Australia-wide up until 2027. So it's not too late to be empowered around this and to stop it before it rolls out Australia-wide. And the areas that they're putting this poison are places like, you know, Currumbin, where you know, this is like forested areas. Fire ants don't even hang in forested areas. They hang in areas where there's developments. Places like Logan, where they've dug up the ground and, you know, and sunny areas. So it's absolute insanity what is happening. It's insane. So this is something that I'm obviously very passionate about, being a massive animal lover. Very grateful today for the 200 or so people that came along to our event at Currumbin RSL recently. It was called Stop the Toxic Fire Ant Program. We had a panel of about 8 speakers. Grateful for all of our panel, all the people in the audience. People are waking up, thank goodness, thank goodness. The good news is people are waking up. So please, if you haven't seen the Channel 9 story, go and have a look at it. Now, interestingly, in that Channel 9 story, it said that the government had independent researchers that had found that this has low toxicity to animals, right? And then it's been proven to be safe. But the thing is, there was no name, no company name on this independent researcher. We haven't seen any environmental impact studies, right? You've got to question these things, right? Who's behind this? Who's behind this? Follow the money trail. Very interesting times we're in. Anyway, it's important, as I say, despite all the stuff in the world that we can't control, we can control what we do about it. And now that you have this information, now that you know, it's very hard to unknow once you know, right? It's like you take the red pill, it's very hard to go back to the blue pill again, right? You've now been informed, and I do encourage you, question everything. Question everything. Huge thank you again to Robert Roytel for joining me today as a Good News Crusader. Thank you for joining me. Let me know, what are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for today? And what's something that you'd like to see change in the world, something you could step up and speak up about today? Let me know in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. What is something that you're out to shift in the world? Sending you much love today. Here's to a wonderful night or day. And here's a tram going past, the Gold Coast trams going past as we're coming onto sunset here on the Gold Coast. Stunning day, and went for a little body surf this morning too. That was very, very nice. I love body surfing. Okay, much love. We'll see you again tomorrow for my next Global Good News Challenge for November 2024. Bye for now.